Assassin's Creed, please.
Let's see it. So let's jump right into this gameplay. We are playing Frantic mode. Again, this is one of my favorite modes from the Game Lab, and what it is, they technically get points for everything that they do. So if they do a kill, they get a point, a ground finish, they get a point, and whoever at the end has the most points at the end will be our winner in this group.
Very different from the pistol air mode that we saw made, of course, in the ever so beautiful Game Lab. I love that, by the way. These guys have way more opportunities. So hopefully this time around, we're not going to see, of course, you know, they have the ground attacks, they have the snipes, they have many opportunities to get points. Hopefully they have the chance to pick up on everything. I mean, this is the time to do it. You want everything that you can get.
The biggest thing, too, our players at the bottom do have a blue compass. Their contract is in the bottom right. Right here, our player is taken out by player number 6, unfortunately. And again, that's a 1 point for everything. If someone does come up to you and tries to attack you and kill you, and you defend yourself, you're actually, no one's rewarded points.
True.
So you can defeat it. One of the biggest things, too, like our devs will probably, you know, give us a little explanation later when we do bring them on for a dev talk. But you'll be able to pretty much play 2 different styles. You can either be sneaky, stealth, whatever you want to do, or you can kind of just run around and get a bunch of ground finishes if you want for those points. But again, I mean, this is technically taking everything that you've learned with Assassin's Creed multiplayer in the past and completely changing the game up.
I'm liking the new abilities that I'm seeing right now. We see, I think that's the, I want to see that one in action. I think that's the time phase.
Then we also got the disguise.
I love that. I love that. Oh, gets caught not looking in the throat slit action. You hate to see this kind of thing happen. But I love my blood and guts, and I'm glad we have some Assassin's Creed action going down right now. This is one of many rounds here today. We're gonna have a lot of players here. I mean, this booth that line has been full.
Correct. The qualifiers technically just keep going on all day until the end. So if you are here out in the crowd, you guys want to get in on this action, all you got to do is go over to the booth, sign on up. We'll get you into the tournament. And if you're at home and you cannot be at Comic-Con, it's okay. We do online events all the time through the next level. So make sure you guys check out the website. As we get right now, we're watching player who's in 2nd place with 4 points on the board.
Can he get this kill before we switch off? No, he does not. He jumps down.
Oh,
might have the opportunity. He does get caught slipping. Oh, but he gets jumped on right there, and he's dead. 1 point snatched away from you. I want to jump real fast.
Player, again, we're playing Frantic mode. We got 5 minutes and 46 seconds left up on the clock.
All right, now he's looking for his target. Does spot him right now. Does he get an opportunity to get him? I do not know. Let's see. He's trying to catch him. Gets up there. He's too far away, but he's still in pursuit. Will he catch him? Gets him, and there he goes. Gets 1 point for his troubles, but now he's going to have to pay attention because there are enemies marked to attack him. We'll see what happens.
Again, in Frantic mode, the way that this works, it's all about the points that you earn. Again, you can do it in several different ways. By killing, you get a point. If you do a ground finish, that's 1 point. Pretty much if you do a stun, anything that, again, is 1 point. So whoever at the end of our 8-minute match has the most points will be ranked 1st place through 8th, depending on how many players are playing. You do have your 2 abilities that you can use with your L1 and your R1. This one, I mean, this game type's a little bit different. For pistol air mode that we saw at PAX, you would run around, you'd have to have a pistol only.
Pistol only, that's right.
It was a little bit, you know, difficult in that sense to use the pistol only. In this one, it's all about being a scavenger, what you can get, how you can get it. I know some people like to be a little bit more cautious in the way that they play this game mode, in terms of, you know, trying to hide and just maybe get the ground finishes and kind of clean up, or go around and try to kill as many people as you can. So it is a little bit different. So it's not what we're used to when we play Assassin's Creed multiplayer.
It's a very strong change of pace, I agree with you, especially with the new abilities that we have now. Before, again, you said it was just the pistol. There was also the shield. Let's not forget about that in the cloak. We saw the cloak in action and how well that was used. In this mode, I feel like the cloak works a lot better because of everybody trying to scavenge, play at a slower pace, really pick and choose where and when they get their kills. Again, we're seeing a lot of people getting back attacked and going down with the quickness. You know, people are really trying to take it slow, pick and choose exactly where they want to catch their targets and when, because again, they're marked, and you know, the higher you are in rank, the more people are marked to get you. So you really want to pay attention to your environment and use your, we have the time warp, which I want to see in action at some point. I want to see how people use that to their advantage. We
also have Jockey14 in the chat asking if anyone knows if it's possible to contest a kill in Frantic mode, and yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
If you do contest, though, neither the pursuer or the person that contested will get a point. Technically, it's awarded 0-0.
You still die, but it's 0-0, exactly. And if I recall, you can also still stun. So that's another opportunity to get a point. Those stuns are great. You know, get an enemy off of you, get a chance to kind of refresh. move on, get out of that field of attack, and, you know, get back to living a good life and not dying here in Assassin's Creed. Oh, gets the kill anyway. Oh, gets the wrong contract, and he's being marked right now. He's going to try to maneuver around, get a stun, doesn't get anything. This is a little bit of an interesting situation that we have here.
Making sure, too, that players do use their compass, especially for people that are just getting on the game. I find that some of them, you know, if they haven't done the dev talk yet or, you know, the training, I mean, that's your best friend. That compass tells you exactly where your contract is at. Your contract is given to you in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. The player we're watching right now is in 3rd place, 4 points, and we got 2 minutes and 38 seconds left on the clock out of this group.
Ooh, looks like he tries to find his contract, but does not get it. Kills a civilian. There's his target right there, but he cannot do anything about it until that timer is up. That is unfortunate, but the new target has been marked. Oh, gets the back attack. That you hate to see happen. Wow.
One of the biggest things that I'm most excited about, too, is Game Lab. I mean, this is a mode that's been created by the devs, so is Pistolero mode. You'll be able to go in once you get the game, multiplayer, and create your own customized game modes. I mean, you can change the point settings, the time settings. I mean, you can do it, like, again, you can make it, one of the devs were kind of trolling a little bit. And they made it to where you literally could not kill anybody or get any points. Like, well, who wins the game? He's like, it's a troll game.
Oh.
Like, okay, well, that's the type of game that I would like to make.
I guess the best thing, I guess the person that wins is the person that takes in the sightseeing the best. That's the only way. That's hilarious. That's a game mode that I would make. All right, here's an opportunity to get some points. Lights flashing. Oh, gets the ground finish, and he gets an extra point. That is beautiful stuff. Let's check out who's going on in first place.
Let's do that. We got 1.5 minutes left on the clock. First is in first place with 9 points.
Very good stuff. Has a target mark going on.
Right there.
Catches that right as soon as he climbs up. That was beautiful. A good 10-pointer. With 1 minute 21 seconds on the clock. It's gonna be some very interesting dynamics here. I want to see how everybody transitions. No targets are marked to attack. He's kind of living and breathing easily right now. Time warp is just refreshed. The cloak is about to come back, and this might be in the bag right here. This might.
I think it is. I think it is.
All right. Yeah. There
he wants to use the disguise. Is back. Watching that compass.
The disguise has been popped now, so his target, his assassin's gonna have to try a bit harder to catch him. But he finds his assassin, evades him with the quickness, tries to go for his mark. Does he get to him? I think I might have given away the position. I do that a lot. Still gets him anyway, but he's gonna be in a little bit of a sticky wicket because his assassin is right behind. Unfortunately, the assassin does not get the target. I like the momentum here. You see the maneuvering?
Yep.
That's beautiful stuff with 24 seconds on the clock. That evasion.
I think the biggest thing, too, is, I mean, running around in a game like Frantic mode, it's helpful in a sense of getting, like, those ground finishes, kind of stealing those last-minute moves. But the biggest issue is when you're running around and you have someone pursuing you, it kind of lets them know where you're at. So if you've never played Assassin's Creed multiplayer, you really do need to be careful with that. So I know myself personally, I like to be a little bit more stealth-like when I do play. I mean, when you play, what type, you know?
I'm aggressive. I like to run and gun. So this is the kind of game where I would get in trouble right now. I mean, this Game Lab mode. Pistolero was my thing. This would get me killed.
So looks we have player 6 in first place, player 2 in second, and player number 5 in third. As you see the points right there. First place had a nice lead with 11 points, second with 9, and we had a 2-way tie for third for 7 points. So it looks like we are with our first place player. Got 3 minutes and about 30 seconds left on the clock, 6 points. He's got 1 person on him. And as you can see in the bottom, we've got our compass. That is the most important tool in this game for you. Being able to figure out where your contract is at right now. His contract is in the bottom right-hand corner. We are playing Frantic mode. So Frantic mode is a little bit different. This has been made by our Game Labs, by one of our devs. What you'll be able to do, as we can see right now, we're watching your second place person right there on the cam. As we look at our player cam. You got that big smile on his face. What's happening? There you go. He knows we're talking about him. Look at it. Yeah. Everybody has the same abilities, so they have the time phase, which they can use with L1, and they also have disguise, which is R1. And this is a little bit different. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan, if you've been playing this, multiplayer in the past, this throws everything that you know out the door. This is all about points, and the way that you can get these points is by pretty much anything. So if you do a ground finish, if you do a stun, if you go through and just kill somebody, you're getting those points. And whoever at the end of this round has the most obviously gets first place.
Right now we're seeing good shot there, gets the kill. Beautiful stuff. That was very fancy. I don't think he had to execute him like that, but you know what? A solid 8-point lead for first place with 2 minutes 30 seconds on the clock, and the next contract has been given. Of course, now our first place competitor is going to have to watch themselves because Oh, it looks like they found their assassin. It doesn't look like he's marked by anybody else, so he can play it safe here for a while. Not going to give away the location just yet, but time phase comes out. A lot more patience here. Waiting for the contract to come to him. 2 minutes, 8 seconds on the clock. But he's going to have to keep that momentum going if he wants to hold that first place lead. We'll see what happens.
One of the biggest things, too, about Frantic mode, I mean, it is called Frantic, so you'll find a lot of the players kind of, you know, going all over the place, running, trying to get as many kills as they can. But when I talked to the devs earlier, their favorite strategy, obviously, which in a lot of the game modes, is to really be stealth, you know.
Ooh, did you see that kill?
The back of the head. Have that
clever.
Stealth running around, you know, not, you know, running and gunning like you said you like to play.
Yes, I do. I mean, this is the kind of game style where you need to get up close and personal. People can spot if you're kind of running around acting a bit silly. Wow, that's a new word. Silly, yes, silly. But if you're caught out there, you're gonna put yourself in trouble. This is a situation where that will work, you know. Got caught, back turn, gets the kill, smile on his face. He knows he's in first place, feeling himself. Yeah, shout out to Ubisoft. I like the little tags on the
on the Astros.
You gotta love that. That's beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. I got a friend out in the crowd, Mr. Tom Lee. How's it going, my brother?
So we got a minute left on the clock. First place right now that we're watching as he blends into the crowd.
Oh, he's doing a great job sipping on some gin and juice right now, laid back with his mind on his money. And his money on that target right there. Can he get to him in time? We'll see. Got 48 seconds on the clock, sitting pretty with a 10-point lead. Spots his target, knows where he is.
He's going to get it right here. His target tries to blend in the crowd, but I don't think he's going to get it.
Almost done because we gave him away, but that's okay. He's still going to get the opportunity to take the lead. Beautiful stuff there. I love it. I love it. I'm sorry. That was a pretty interesting moment. We don't see much of that in Assassin's Creed, especially in this game. So I mean, of course we've just begun, but that up close and personal kind of interaction, that was great. That was pretty solid. I love that. And we've still got 11 seconds on the clock, and our first place competitor dropped the second, has an opportunity to take this. You got to do something now. Gets the kill. The animation's got to finish. Doesn't finish. He has 3 seconds on the clock, and he's going to have to hold this really clutch for 1 second. He does it, and that is it. He takes the game.
Congratulations.
60-plus points.
Like, yeah,
first place. He's smiling like, yeah. That was good. That was very close. It came down to that final kill.
Multiplayer as we got right now. We got third place up on the board. With 4 minutes and 15 seconds left, he's got 2 points. He has 1 pursuer after him. His target is in the very bottom right-hand corner. That is his contract. Again, paying attention to that compass, very important.
Oh, catches him slip. Oh. Very nice. Unfortunately, it's going to count for nothing. Both players get 0 points. Almost caught the stun, unfortunately. Gets clipped. Gun goes off. It's a wrap. Pack it up. It's over. But, of course, respawns come out. It's got 3 minutes, 42 seconds on the clock, and we've just started here with 2 points. He's been marked for a target, and there's an assassin approaching right now. See what they do.
So we're going to jump into first place.
Let's see what's going on in first place. Meanwhile, looking for a target. Oh, we just cycled off, and we saw them run by the screen just a moment ago. What a kill. You hate to see this kind of thing happen, but that was good. So 6 points on the board for our first place player. Right now, with 3 minutes and 21 seconds on the clock, their assassin has been thrown off right now, so first place is sitting kind of pretty. Enjoying the downtime that they have so far. Maybe looking for a scavenger kill, you know, a downed person. Again, in this mode, anything you do will get you points. Anything, except, of course, the stun.
The top points that we've seen so far, too, in Assassins is 11 points being the most. Again, we have 8 players playing at a time, but at the end of the day, it depends on how well you did against everybody's scores. So we can have up to 100 people playing today. You got to have the best score for all these games out of that.
Did you see that kill? That was a good pursuit. That's the stuff we like to see. That kind of pursuit, that kind of attack, that aggression, trying to keep themselves on the board. We're seeing a different play style here. Earlier, we were talking about being really reserved, stealthy, kind of, you know, taking a breather, getting, you know, not letting anybody force your momentum. Here, we're seeing a lot more aggression. My style right here, I have to say, I'll admit. And it's been working in favor. He's been evading their assassin, catching the targets. That's great play style.
So we got 2 minutes left on the clock. We got first place with 7 points. I think the biggest thing, too, is I know a lot of these people that are playing have never gotten their hands on the game before. They might have played some past multiplayers in Assassin's Creed.
Right.
Right now, we do have our player cam on our first place player.
He does try to get the kill, doesn't get it, unfortunately, gets stunned for his troubles. Great defense by the target, which is very beautiful. But right now, I want to see some Just Dance action. Let's show it. All right, Coke is activated right now. 9 points already with 2 minutes and 32 seconds on the clock. I'm feeling like our first place high score average is somewhere around that 9 to 10 point mark. I'm going to call that for the day. So if you want to be, you know, phenomenal, I would say try to reach for anywhere from 12 to 15 points. I think that'll really solidify our first place in Assassin's Creed. But remember, this is the kind of game. Oh, we have a sticky wicket here. Let's pause for the cause. We have a target mark and we have an assassin mark. They're all hanging out around each other. Ooh, kills a civilian. Was that a smart move?
I don't know. We got first place with 9 points, so I think we're going to finally see someone push over the point limit that we've seen a little bit earlier. Got 2 minutes left on the clock. One of the biggest things, too, about this game, and we're playing one of the Game Labs mode, Frantic mode. Oh! Contested. Nobody's going to get any points there.
That was good there. That was a good contest.
No points.
He needed what he could, and he got it. He's good. Has another chance to. He's holding on to that lead. That's the best part. He's holding on to that lead. Very great.
With Assassins 2, what we're playing in Frantic mode, everybody has exactly the same playing field. Everybody has the same abilities, which you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner. And it's all awarded by points. So the way that the point system works, super easy. You can get awarded points for technically everything that you do in Frantic mode. If you do contest a kill, both yourself and the pursuer do not get any points, but at least you're stopping somebody from getting the kill on you and getting those points.
And that's the best part. Of course, you're going to lose a little bit of time, but you do not give away any points. You really want to use every ounce of momentum you can. So I mean, you have these perks available. I want to see the time warp used a little bit more. Excuse me, the time phase.
Yeah, not that many people have been using it. The disguise people keep using a lot.
I think the disguise works perfectly in here because a lot of people are really playing a slower pace and really trying to look around and figure things out.
I love that behind us. You can barely see the Just Dance stage still going on. That was awkward.
That was amazing, I have to say. Wow, this is why I love the next level experience.
Because you got everything going on.
We've got everything. We've got 17 seconds on the clock. Our first place player has 2 targets marked to kill him with 11 points. Still holding on to that lead right now. Again, the average we've been seeing here so far has been around 10 points, 11 points, a little bit past that. So it's safe to say that this player is going to hold on to that first place. Beautiful stuff. Glad to see that round end that way. And I'm glad we ended it on Assassin's Creed because I know
girls, and the moment that you guys have all been waiting for, my favorite game, Assassin's Creed Black Flag multiplayer. I am joined by my two favorite devs from our Annecy studio. How you guys doing? We've got Tim Browne, the lead game designer.
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you.
So energetic. I know you guys have been on long flights to get here to New York.
Yeah.
And Etienne, you are the content manager. How's it going, you guys?
I'm doing awesome.
I'm doing awesome.
Awesome.
So what exactly are your guys' roles within the dev team?
You go first.
Well, pretty much as a content manager on Assassin's Creed multiplayer, what I do is I work on everything that's not about the game, but that's not gaming, but that goes out. So trailers, videos, screenshots that we put out. That's pretty much what I work on.
Everything content related is this man right here. So if there's any mess ups, blame it on him.
Exactly.
And what does a lead game designer do?
Okay, so a lead game designer is in charge of all the designers who are responsible for the multiplayer. So I run the design team. We're responsible for balancing, for different game modes or new features and things, which we'll come to in a minute, and pretty much that.
So you're not only in charge of the game. Do you have to manage people, the real people too?
I have to deal with people as well.
That's a hard role right there in itself. So Etienne, we're gonna get right into it. So I know we've had multiplayer in Assassins before. Kind of run down. This isn't the first time that we've seen it.
Yeah, we started back in introducing multiplayer in 2010 with Brotherhood, and since that game, every year the team has been working really hard to not only improve the game itself, but also add up some content and make it better and better at every installment that we ship out. And this year, I'm really happy because it's by far the best Assassin's Creed multiplayer we've ever put out. It's huge, it's awesome, and I love it.
Ah, I'm so excited, and I'm glad that it's October. So biggest differences that you can tell us for maybe some of the past multiplayers to this one right now in Assassin's Creed Black Flag?
Yeah, okay, so where do I start? Like Etienne said, biggest Assassin's Creed ever. And we're introducing a brand new feature called Game Lab, which you've already mentioned on the stream, which we're going to be playing in just a minute, one of the modes we created in-house. We've got improvements to Wolfpack. We've got a whole ream of new things, just like introducing clans like properly in game this year.
Clans. I'm excited for
Exactly,
clans. I heard
yeah,
about Clans of Packs, which you gave us a reveal for. Super excited for.
She'll do a clan, she'll build one.
Oh yeah?
I'm going to have one if nobody steals it. So I don't even want to say what the name of it is because I know somebody at home will be like, I got my game before you, and start it.
Excellent.
So go over a little bit about the Game Labs. Give us a little bit more in depth about it.
Okay, so like I said, Game Lab it allows you to create your own modes, but it's basically you take one of the 6 existing game modes. We allow you to play around with over 200 different parameters. And what's really, really cool about this, and what we're very excited to see, is we're basically giving the power to the player. The player is going to be able to mess around with the game mode. They can share with their friends. We're going to be tracking all the modes that get created, and the most popular modes, they're going to be put into what we call a public playlist, which means potentially you guys could be making a game mode that could be played by like millions of players. And we can't wait to see what the community comes up with.
So like their own little designers in a sense.
Yeah, well, making my life easier.
Yeah. Wait, have there been any cool modes that you guys have made in the studio so far that you guys have been kind of playing out and testing?
Well, we showed Pistolier at PAX, and we're gonna play Frantic today, which is actually a very good example of how you can twist the gameplay and really make something that's completely different from what you would expect from past multiplayer games.
So tell us, I know we did play Pistolier at PAX. Tell us maybe the difference between Pistolier mode and what all the players today have been playing for Frantic.
Okay, so Pistolier mode was a way we showed the power of Game Lab to show that you could basically make a game mode where only gun kills would work and things like that. With Frantic, we've changed it up a little bit, and what we're doing is we're allowing players to we're simplifying the rules, but still keeping like quite a fast pace, hence being called Frantic. Basically, any good action, kills, stuns, kicking people on the ground when they're dead.
Yes, ground finish.
That'll give you 1 point. And yeah, so it's really simple. You'll see low-scoring games, but that doesn't mean they're not going to be fast, action-packed games. And yeah, you're going to see us playing that in just a minute, I think.
Awesome. So now, give me some of your best tips and tricks for Frantic mode.
Okay, for me?
For you, personally, give me a tip and trick.
I'm going to start off being stealthy.
Okay.
But if I start doing well, which hopefully I will, and I'll have more pursuers, then I'm probably going to be moving a bit quicker because I'm going to be not going to be able to defend myself against the like multiple pursuers. So then I'm going to start using some of the new ability, time phase. I'm going to use that to try and stop people from chasing after me. And I'll be using disguise a lot, I think.
Got it. I love the disguise. So now, I mean, one of the biggest things too with Frantic mode is everybody's kind of on the same playing field. There's no, I mean, in this mode, everybody's got the same abilities. I mean, how, especially with the players that we've been seeing, how have the players been doing? I mean, throwing them in on a game mode that they've never played before, maybe not used to. I mean, has it been difficult for them?
No, I think a lot of players have picked it up really, really easily. The rules are kind of simplified. You know, we're not making players choose which ability set in this Game Lab mode. Obviously, players will be able to do that and change things up. But people have been picking up really easily. We've been seeing some pretty good action going on. I know you guys were commentating on it, and we were watching that while they were playing. So that was really, really cool. And yeah, so very excited to see people playing. They seem to be picking it up really easily.
That looks awesome. So I know we have tons of new characters in this multiplayer. Maybe we could talk a little bit about some of the characters, who your guys' favorites are.
Okay. Etienne?
I think I'm always having a hard time picking because I got like a couple favorites. I think my favorite would be the Puppeteer because she has those very acrobatic kill moves that I just really like.
She's the one that does the hip move. She like jumps on the hips and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, little sexy moves there. Who's your favorite character?
It's got to be the Dandy. He's like the one that splits the division. Some people love him, some people hate him. But I think he's very cool. He's quite badass. So yeah, he's definitely my favorite.
I'm gonna have to go with Lady Black.
Okay.
I think Lady Black is my favorite. But there are different, I mean, tons and tons of characters too. And hopefully we get some awesome DLC content that always comes out for the multiplayer. Can you guys talk a little bit maybe about the community that's behind Assassins? I know your guys' community is awesome and it's really big. It's one of probably Ubisoft's biggest communities too, is for the Assassins brand.
Our community is great, and it actually helps us out a lot making the game better. And Tim knows a lot about this.
Yeah, so a lot of community contact me on Twitter, which I have no problem with. I love constructive criticism. If people have good things to say or bad things to say, it's great. You know, we're all about reading the forums. A lot of the dev reads the forums, and you can get in contact like via Twitter and things like that. It's always interesting to see what people say. Game Lab, in fact, came partly from what people were saying. We knew that some players have favorite abilities. Some people say, oh, this ability is kind of overpowered or something like that. And we said, what would happen if we could give them the power to basically say, don't use that ability? And this is kind of where Game Lab spawned from.
That's awesome.
So really, like I've said, this feature is for the community, and it kind of stems from the community. So very excited.
So I know cosplayers, being in New York, I mean, the Assassins fans and the cosplayers that come out, like what have been the best cosplayers that you guys have seen? Not only at just this event, but maybe some past events that you've gone to?
We have some fantastic multiplayer cosplayers. Yeah, the attention to detail. You go in on some of the
little sewing
clothes and
and
stuff, and they.
Sewing right here.
There you go, exactly. And you have that's the other thing. Assassin's Creed cosplay seems to be appealing to all the ages. We've got a young man down here, but you know you see all sorts of ages, and also we have some fantastic female cosplayers, which I think is cool.
We had some epic cosplayers from both multiplayer and solo at San Diego Comic-Con. It was like high level.
I think too, having the Assassin's Creed pirate ship there kind of helped. Probably pulled in quite a few cosplayers out to that event.
Yar.
Yar.
Was that a yar? That? I mean, you're so quiet. It was like yar. It sounded like a meow. A meow, yar.
I'll do a proper yar later.
Yar. We don't have swords this time. We're gonna have to get those. So, I mean, in development for you guys, how long has it taken? Like, how long have you guys been working on the multiplayer?
So we initially start sort of midsummer talking about it, but we were also finishing AC3. So you could say sort of a year and a half, roughly, but full development, it's been more like just under a year now. And obviously,
that's pretty fast.
Yeah, and but.
So is the whole year crunch time then, technically?
No, it's not all crunch. It's close to, but it's not all crunch. But actually, that's actually something we turn to our advantage, because what it means is we're iterating every year, so we get direct feedback from fans, like we've talked about already, from the community, and it means we can actually, rather than just supporting the game for 2 years but not be able to put a major feature in, we can really change stuff. So we've kind of turned that to our advantage.
without giving away too much maybe for the rest of this weekend, can we talk a little bit about Wolfpack, maybe? Just a tiny bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we first introduced Wolfpack last year because we also wanted to add a co-op twist to the game. And a lot of people loved it, and what we wanted to do this year is expand it. So last year it was like pretty much a mode, and this year it's turning into a full experience with the Wolfpack Discovery on the one side, that's like story-based, and Unleashed on the other side, that's extremely challenging. And I guess we're going to be talking and playing that on Sunday.
So if you guys are watching the stream, make sure that you come back on Sunday and watch that, because that's going to be super exciting. We do have exclusive reveals for you guys each day too that we will be going over, which I know you guys brought us one today, which I'm still waiting. I'm just like, oh, I want to see it so bad. Because at PAX we had one every single day. Do we have one every day this time?
Pretty much.
Pretty much almost
Yeah.
every day. So you
Yeah.
heard that. He's going to bring you guys exclusive content every day, hopefully, or close to every day for Assassin's Creed. So what platforms, if people want to get the game, what platforms is it coming out on?
A lot of them. And that's the fun thing with developing on all those platforms at the same time. But we're coming out on October 29th on current gen platforms, and will be a day one title on next gen. So it's coming. It's in a few weeks.
Yeah, it's quite scary how close it is now.
So 29th of October here. So what are you guys going to do after the game launches? Do you guys go on a big holiday? Do you go straight to the next title? Like what is the plans?
We're immediately starting on what's known as post-launch support. So basically, the game comes out, but that doesn't mean that
You're done.
we're done. And this year we have the biggest amount of post-launch support we've ever had. Not allowed to talk about certain things. I'm looking at Etienne at the moment. We might
like,
have some stuff maybe.
don't get me in trouble.
Yeah, maybe later on throughout this event, maybe we'll reveal a little more.
Okay,
But
that
we've got
works.
some very cool stuff. Events are coming back. Events were really popular last year. We bring those back, and they're going to be even better with new stuff that I'm not allowed to talk about. It's so fun not being able to talk about stuff.
It's like we're going to talk about the stuff that we can't talk about, so we're not going to talk about it.
Exactly.
You have to leave everybody in suspense, because when you have a game that's, coming out and it's new, you want to know about it, but you don't want to know, because you want that excitement to still be there when you get a game,
Absolutely.
right? And that's the biggest thing, too, is I had someone ask the best question. When you walk into, say, GameStop here in the States, and you already know everything about the game, do you want someone to know all about your game already, because there's so many other titles out there, or do you not want to ruin it? Like, how do you find that balance?
So, often people ask questions, like on Twitter, ask you direct questions and things like that. And it's really tough. You've worked on this game. You're really excited to tell them, but at the same time, it's a bit like saying, "I'm really excited about this new movie," and you speak to the director, and the director then tells you the whole plot. And so there's no,
point in
it's totally
seeing the movie.
spoiled. You may enjoy it, but you're not going to enjoy it as much. And so it's really tough coming up with suitable answers that don't give too much away. And we've given a lot away already, but we've still got some surprises. There's story stuff coming back this year, which we haven't spoiled and won't be spoiling. So yeah.
And the way I see it is, you may know a lot of stuff about a game when it comes out, but as long as you haven't played it, as you're not actually into it, then it's not the same thing. It's not experiencing the actual thing.
So let's talk a little bit about the maps. I know there's tons of different maps in multiplayer. It's not only the characters that are important and the abilities, it's actually, where you're playing and the map that you're playing on. There can be super large maps to tiny maps. So talk a little bit maybe about the maps in the multiplayer.
Okay, where do I start? We've got 8.
I know there's a ton.
8 new maps coming this year. 2 we're going to be revealing shortly, I think. But what can I say? We introduced the idea of organic maps last year, and we've continued it this year. There's more traditional street-type maps, the sort of thing that people from ACR really enjoyed. So you've got that kind of thing. But then on top of that, we've got some other maps which more organic, feel more natural, a bit like more like a real-life location where the community is kind of built into it. So,
awesome.
So like Sabre Island, for example, the first map we revealed, that's kind of like a cove or like a cave system where they've built up around it, and we've got more stuff like that, which is very cool.
That's the one thing I like about working on Pirate Game, is that you get to the Caribbean as your playground, and we could select prime and the greatest locations, and it adds a lot of variety to the game. We have some maps that are more about city gameplay, stealth, using small streets and building, like Havana, that we revealed at PAX actually, and some that we're going to take a look at that are more about being in the wilderness and more open spaces, and it really does affect the way people play on them and experience them. So you know what? Why don't we take a look at those map reveals?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have map reveals today. So we're going to go over 2 maps that they brought to show us. So we're going to take a look at them right now. So we're going to roll the footage for those. So both of those maps looked absolutely gorgeous. Can you maybe talk to us a little bit about the both maps that we saw, maybe your guys' favorites?
Sure. Well, I think we both have the same favorite, right?
I think we do.
Yeah. So Tampa Bay is definitely my favorite, at least playing Artifact Assault and Deathmatch as well. I don't know, it's for Artifact Assault, you've got this giant church in the middle, which is this huge break, and you get people running over the rooftops and using it to try and get advantage. You also have people running all around it. So from a sort of competitive point of view, it's a great map to play on, for me personally anyway.
I really like it. It's basically it's a missionary settlement, so it's built around that mission that Tim was mentioning. It's got a cloister behind, so you kind of can hide around and stalk and assault players there. But it also got a more open part. It's got a winery, it's got plantations, so it's really a balanced map, and I really like the way it looks and feel.
Perfect. So you guys saw it right here first on the next level, both of our map reveals. Stay tuned for the rest of the weekend, but before we do that, I know we talked about it briefly, but if people are just joining us, where can we pre-order the game? When does the game come out? And maybe kind of end on that note.
Sure. Do you want to take
Well,
it?
the game comes out in like less than 3 weeks now. It's October 29th.
October
So,
29th!
Yes!
we can't wait to see you guys online, play with you,
Start our plans.
Yeah.
join your clan maybe.
Start
World domination.
creating the Game Lab modes. Start getting those out in the open. You can really tell I really want to play Game Lab with other players, right?
So where
yeah.
can people get the game pre-order?
You can pre-order it online. If you're here at the show, like you guys, you can go around the back of the booth, pre-order it right now. You get special goodies and things like that. And then, of course, any of the main retailers, you'll be able to pre-order that too.
Perfect. So you guys heard it here first, October 29th. Make sure that you guys go get your copy of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. We're going to jump on the multiplayer, play with these guys. Where can we find you guys on Twitter?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm at Nitch, N1TCH.
Easy.
And I'm at E_Michon.
M-I-C-H-O-N.
Those
Yes.
weird French names.
So thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining us. Make sure that you guys at home come back tomorrow. We're going to be going over some more exclusive reveals. We're going to be doing some gameplay with these two gentlemen right here. So make sure you come back.
What's going on?
Oh,
Oh, right into it.
right
We get
to
a
the
kill.
neck kill.
Beautiful stuff. 1 point awarded to our first player. That is nice. That is the best way to start this. So we've got 6 minutes, 58 seconds on the clock. A fresh round of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. We're seeing a lot of momentum. Maybe the aggression is the way to go. Time slow. Very good stuff there. We're seeing more of that, which is good. I like the phases. I like the phases. I think that's a new element that we haven't seen in a while here at the next level. Oh, good stuff. Trips up on one of the civilians. That's unfortunate, but
You're able to see, too, she was able to get a kill right there, and it's the contract in the bottom right-hand corner is the contract they're going after. Contract that she went after actually had the disguise on, so she was able to get that kill. In the very bottom middle, you will see the compass. The compass is very important in this game mode. Some game modes, the compass will be turned off. In this one, it is actually turned on for Frantic mode. And in the bottom left-hand corner, we do have our abilities. We have our time phase, and we also have disguise. Oh, get the kill right here. Go. Why didn't he even try to stun?
just standing there
He didn't
thinking
even try
about
to
stuff.
stun.
He's like, you know what? I'm going to read a book while I'm up here, taking the sights.
So we got 6
Deep
minutes
breath.
on the clock, 3 points for first place. Again, we are going through everybody that's waiting in line to play in this tournament. We're getting 8 people at a time up here getting their hands on Mighty Quest. When they're done with Mighty Quest, they jump onto Assassins, then Just Dance. So this group of 8 right now, they're competing against each other, but technically they're competing against everybody that qualifies today. So it's going to be over 100 people that are playing today to try to get those top 6. Whoever's in our top 6 will be able to move on and play in our final matchup in a game that has not yet been announced. So it could be technically any game.
Any game, any genre.
And it might not even be a Ubisoft title. It could be technically anything.
Anything. So keep your fingers crossed that it's a game.
Barbie Adventure Time today, you never know.
I don't know. Like I said, if they're putting Barbie, I'm going to have to leave. I'm going to have to get on there and show them how it's done. I'm just saying. I am a Barbie pro. Don't ask any questions. All right, so I think we have
taking out the dandy.
very good stuff. Do we have any Mighty Quest action going down?
We do. So let's jump into Mighty Quest for Epic in Boston, along with a bunch of other cool prizes. We'll show you those prizes in just a second, but we're going to jump right into gameplay. We got 3 minutes on the clock. Second place with 5 points. Looks like he has his contract in the bottom corner. Lady Black. Compass, most important thing, making sure that they follow that compass. It will light up blue the closer that they get to their contract.
Right, and don't forget, you want to get those. Also, you want to pay attention to the pursuers. You're seeing that right now. He's got 2 targets marked for him. He is in second place, so you're going to have a little bit more people marking you. But in this game type, that's actually a good thing because you have an opportunity to get yourself a couple more points. He's going to have to go down, finish that target quickly. Doesn't get to the ground fast enough. Unfortunately, you hate to see that kind of thing happen, and he does get taken down right there. 1 point to ACB4. That's player number 4 there. The Chimera. I like that name. So right now we've got to respawn. Also, let's talk real fast about the abilities available to our players this time around. They do have the time phase. I was calling it time warp earlier. The devs were like, bro, come on, you're making the game look bad. I'm just kidding. But they did correct me. It was time phase. A great new addition here to Assassin's Creed, this game type. Also, we have an old favorite back, of course, the cloak, the disguise. We saw that at PAX Prime. It was utilized very well. I think in this game mode it works a lot better, so it's good to see that these players are using it to their advantage.
Yep. And so for some people that are asking in the chat, C5 Studio is asking, so for the first level was AC4, Just Dance, Mighty Quest. What are the second level games? We're actually doing it different this time.
Right.
So C5, which, hey, C5, how are you doing? It's a little bit different. So everybody that's competing today is competing on those 3 titles. And then the top 6 from those titles will go on to our finals to play our secret game of the day in the finals. So it's a little bit different than we did at PAX. We're trying to get more people into it, and this is the way that we were able to do it.
I think that was the best way to do it. Again, anyone in line is playing, and this line has been full all day. So instead of doing qualifying rounds and cutting it just to 64, we want everybody to jump in because, I mean, again, these prizes are ridiculous.
They are pretty epic. Again, they're going home with an Xbox One, a PlayStation 4, a Wii U, and a PC that is going to be powered by the NVIDIA GeForce GTX. So they're going home with 4 different types of consoles.
And that's just the icing on the cake because they also get a trip to PAX East for them and a friend. That's ridiculous. I mean, I would let everybody in too. I'm sorry. And this line has been full ridiculously. I'm glad to see that.
Then 25 seconds on the clock. First place with 10 points, getting his new contract right here, getting the kill. He's going to get another point, taking him in the lead with 11 points. Again, Frantic mode, a little bit different. At PAX, we did showcase to you guys Pistolaire mode, which was pistols only. Again, for this mode, Frantic has been created in Game Labs by our devs. And it's a little bit different. You get points awarded to you for everything that you do. So for kills, for stuns, ground finishes, whoever has the most points at the end, you'll see right here our first place finish will be able to get, the highest points awarded to them. And again, they're competing right now with 8 people. But at the end of the day, it all matters how they did in all of 3 of these games against everybody that competes today.
We'll see what happens.
That was really close right there, too.
Very good. Yes, 11 points. Beautiful stuff. So we're going to jump over to Just Dance.
Thank you, Siren. Thank you, Shadosha. I'm here with Matt from Mighty Quest for Epic Loot and Etienne from Assassin's Creed. So you've been watching these guys play this game mode. First of all, describe to me the game mode. What's going on? Because the people at home, they've watched it played. They might not know exactly what the rules are.
So basically, Frantic mode is all about getting as many points as possible, and by any way you can. So you can kill, you can stun, you can finish your target on ground. Everything gets you 1 point, so it's really up to how you want to play. So it's really different from the usual Assassin's Creed multiplayer experience.
So I saw something unusual where 2 players would come together, and it looks like they killed each other, they attacked each other, but nobody got any points.
Yeah, so it's actually this year we refined the contested, what we call the contested kill mechanism. So in a normal mode, normally would divide your score by 2 because you've been contested. But here we thought it was better to kind of reward defense and not giving a point to anyone. So it's kind of it's more even like that.
So every time I talk to developers at a tournament, you have all these people coming through, playing your game. They find some way to do something that just blows your mind. I mean, what have any of the guys up here that have been playing the game, have they done anything that you would never expect to happen in this game?
I've seen some surprising things. I've seen some, like, we had 3 or 4 players in maybe 5 square meters just killing each other, and it was like a crazy arena of blood and death and doom, and it was cool.
Crazy arena of blood and death and doom. Well, if that's a segue, here I am to Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. Matt.
Ooh, I love it. I love when we come back and there's an instant murder. It's the best. It's the best. Great way to start. So right now, 1 point is collected with 13 seconds on the clock. Ooh, wow. Second place has 11 points. I'm very curious to see what the high score is.
Yeah. We'll see at the end. 5 seconds left. We're going to see what first place ends with. Again, whoever has the most points again is awarded first through 8th. Again, it's 8-player multiplayer, but again, they're playing and they're competing against, over 100 people today.
They are.
So they got to be the best of the best gamers. Whoever the top 6 are will go on to our finals and our secret game of the day, which we're going to reveal shortly.
Oh, I can't
Not
wait
yet.
for that.
We're going to go to Rachel to reveal that a little bit later. Right there, we got our first place with 15 points, second with 12, and third with 7. Fortunately, we had a player there that had no...
Let's jump into Assassin's Creed.
Let's do it. Assassin's Creed Black Flag multiplayer. We're going to jump right into it. Again, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. We've got the last couple rounds going through, and then we're going to be going to our finals. Our finals are going to be our top 6 players from today. You guys don't be scared out there. You guys can move into the booth and watch. We do not bite.
Yeah, walk
sometimes.
in. There you go. Come on. Yeah, just clutter in. You're going to create a fire hazard, and we got to close down anyway, so you might as well walk in.
We got only 20 seconds on the clock. We are playing Frantic mode in the multiplayer. Again, this is 8 players. Free-for-all, every man for themselves. Fourth place we are watching right now has 5 points. He has 1 person pursuing him. He's going to get his contract. We are watching first now with 13 points, 5 seconds on the clock. He did just get his last contract. Let's see if he can get him in 2 seconds, and I don't think it's going to happen, but he is going to take home first.
I have to say, 13 points, a pretty solid score there. We're seeing a lot of players who are on average placing, anywhere from 10 to 11 points. To see somebody get 13, that means they're kind of in the upper field. They have a chance to do a bit more, get a little bit more points. So
you're on TV, sir. Hello.
Yeah, smile for the camera. There you go.
Yes,
Hey, congratulations to him. He's going to be going on to the next games.
As we jump right in, it looks like we got 4 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock, jumping right into a kill. First place player with 4 points. We're about almost a little more than halfway through.
Right.
We got, if you guys see in the bottom right-hand corner, that is our contract that we're going to try to go after right now. The compass is quite important in this game type. And this game mode has been created for us in our game labs, which once you guys get the game at home for multiplayer, you'll be able to go into Game Lab and custom create your own game modes, changing everything from the time. You can do like pistolero mode, like we saw at PAX, where you can do pistols only.
Right.
Anything and everything. What type of mode would you create?
Something that caters to my style. I'll admit I'm kind of going to be selfish and make something that's run and gun. I really did like the pistolero mode, so something like that, except maybe you can get more ground pound kills. There's a lot of opportunities to make stuff.
We got our first place player right now with 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock. Cliff in the background causing more havoc. Oh my goodness. I hope nobody else caught on to that. I know you did.
It probably didn't help that I said something in the chat too. I'm done. Okay, that was funny.
So 1 minute left on the clock. We have 7 points with our first place player. Again, compass, bottom right hand corner. He is going after his contract. Frantic mode, a little bit different. It's a little bit different play style. This was created with Game Labs, completely new to our multiplayer. What they'll be able to do is custom create any type of game mode that you, the player, wants to. And what's really cool is the dev team is going to kind of showcase these on the dashboard so other people will be able to play them. So if you, Shadosha, create something that's super awesome, badass, they might, highlight yours and other people will be able to play it.
That's incentive to create something badass. Now, I kind of want to make something legit. I don't know if I have it in me, though. We'll see. We'll see. Meanwhile, we have
25 seconds on the clock.
7 points with 2 assassins looking for him. Has a chance to make a 3-fer, but he's got to do it now. His target is right there. He's got to get him. Got to get the stun. Doesn't get it. He will be killed, and that's unfortunate. Hopefully, he has a significant enough lead to hold this lead and take this round. Hopefully we'll see that. We'll see. 7 seconds on the clock. Unfortunately, he drops down to second place. That is painful. You hate to see that kind of thing happen. Ouch. Not the way you want to finish.
You know what's so cool too about this game? Not only is there the single player campaign, but the multiplayer. I mean, there's gonna be so much to Assassins when it comes out. It's coming out October 29th. It looks like our player right there. So this was actually a pretty low scoring round of gamers that we saw. First place with only 8 points.
Second place, a 3-way tie.
Bad, but